Hi friends and welcome to Aksh Animation. So in this tutorial we are going to create long shadow effect inside of After Effects which will look something like this. At this time it's very popular in motion graphic. So before we proceed further, I just want to tell you that there are several ways to create this long shadow effect. Many artists use different ways, but here in this tutorial we are going to create it using two methods. First, we will create it by classical method, that is using repeater, and then we will create it using some built-in effects in After Effects, and I'm very sure that you can discover different new ways to create it after this tutorial. So let's begin. First, create a new composition. Let's call it long shadow effect. The settings are fine for me. Now let's create a background using a solid layer. Choose whatever background color you want. Now lock it so that it might not get selected anyway. Now create a text. Let's type After Effects. Go to Window, Align, and align it to the center. Well, it's not necessary, but I just want it to be in center. Now I want to use repeater on it. But here is the problem. It's not showing repeater. This is because repeater can only be applied to the shape layers. So just right click on this layer and create shape from text. Notice this blue border on each text. Actually, it has created a mask on each letter. Now click on add and apply repeater. Notice it has made some copies of all letters. Expand this repeater and it has made 3 copies. Let's increase it to 5. Now expand transformation properties of repeater and set position to 1 1. Why I'm doing this? To understand it, let's zoom it first. You can see these tiny jugs here. Actually, we have moved all copies to 1 pixel on x-axis and 1 pixel on y-axis. And here we can see these jugs because we are seeing it on very high zoom level. Otherwise on normal size, it will look very smooth. If we increase this position, say 5, jug will be visible, which we don't want. So let's set it to 1, 1 again. Let me fit my screen. Now let's increase number of copies so that it will look like long shadow. Fine. Now change its color to black. Press T on keyboard and set its opacity to 25. Now let's duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl D. And on this layer, I don't want this repeater. And I also want it to be white. Change its opacity to 100. Now we have a nice long shadow. But in this method, we will have problem in animating this long shadow. Although we have some techniques to animate it, but it will take a lot of time to animate due to number of copies. So we have another method to create it. First delete these shape layers, turn on this text layer. Let's animate it first. Add scale property to it, scale it to 0, add a keyframe, and let's zoom timeline to see frame numbers. Go to 10th frame and resize text to 105. Go to 15th frame and resize it to 100 again. Actually, I just want to make it bouncy text. So animate it either way you like it. Okay, animation is done. Now preview it. Now let's use some keyframe interpolation. So select all keyframes, right click on any keyframe, go to keyframe assistant, easy ease, preview it. I think bouncing is some slow. So just select these keyframes and hold down Alt on keyboard and just drag them to adjust timing between the keyframes. Okay, fine. Collapse it, go to Effects panel and type here CC. It will automatically give you suggestions. So let's apply CC radial fast blur effect. Increase amount to 100. Zoom out it. Now let's set its center point to the side. By doing this, it will generate rays to the side. Now let's apply matte choker effect on it. And here set all types of softness to 0 because we want just hard shadow. Now set choke 1 value to negative and we will get these hard rays. Now let's apply fill effect to colorize it. Set its color to black and set opacity to 25%. Now shadow is ready. For text, we can do the same procedure as we have done in previous method. Just duplicate this layer and remove all effects. But here we can do it on the same layer with the help of CC composite effect. So let's apply it to the text layer and just uncheck this RGB only. Great. Now shadow will animate with the text. And now we will also have ability to rotate our shadow just by adjusting this center point. So this is it whole guys and I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you.